I saw a lot of you guys interviews also with AJ, and like generally, like, you know, you see it around Twitter, like clips and stuff, so it's nice to be here.
Yeah, heck yeah. I was gonna ask you about AJ later on, so he's a big fan of yours. I'm sure you already know that, but that's cool, man.
He was awesome. We're gonna go, Jake.
Nice.
We're cruising.
Awesome. Krimbo, you good to get going whenever then? We'll get this interview started.
Yeah, for sure, I'm ready.
Awesome. Let's let it rip with this. Where are you based right now? Where are you streaming from?
I'm in Berlin right now. So basically most of the team, except Mantu lives around here in Berlin right now. So all of our teammates were basically together. We have an office with Big, and we have a player house, as you can say, like a gaming house, gaming boot camp, where everyone has their each room. So yeah, I'm normally based near Frankfurt, like where I was born and raised. But yeah, we all live together in Berlin since we are on the team.
And you guys have major qualifiers going on right now. I know you were telling me about. So what has that been like? I know they start, I think, pretty soon for you guys. They're already ongoing for other teams.
Yeah, I think right now the open qualifiers on. We are already in the close since we've been in the RMR last major. But yeah, it's crazy. There were a few problems. I think, as many people saw on Twitter, it's a bit weird and sad, because it's the biggest event in the year, like for everyone, you know. It's every player's dream to play a major, to win a major and stuff. And if something goes wrong by a small mistake that you can probably avoid, so then it's pretty sad. But I saw it got also a bit fixed and stuff.
Yeah. Is it a bit of a stress relief knowing that you already have a spot a little bit past the open qualifiers? Like, is that a bit of a relief knowing that you maybe get to avoid a few more best of ones for a major qualifier?
I mean, a little, like, definitely a bit, yeah. But I must say the close qualifier this year looks like the group of the RMR stage from the last year. So like from the stage further, like the teams are so stacked. We have like so many good teams in our group. We have Cloud9, Virtus Pro, like so many good teams already invited, and then there are more teams coming. But yeah, like playing open is really tough, man. Like we played it, I think, 2 years ago. We had to also go through the open, and it was crazy, man. I think we did it in the fourth qualifier, so we actually like missed the first three, and then, you know, all or nothing in the last one. But it's tough, man. It's like, especially now, like max rounds 12, so it's only 13, and like no big changes economy wise in the game. So it's like even tougher, and like a game can go even more wrong like quickly. So yeah, like definitely a relief.
When you are prepping for these major qualifiers, is it a stressful period of time, or are you in the guys like relaxed, having fun, or is it a pretty stressful time of the year?
I would maybe not describe it as stressful, but like especially as like exciting, definitely, because like, for example, over Christmas and New Year's and stuff, I couldn't tell myself to, you know, to enjoy the time right now, you know, like, because I know maybe other people are playing right now, and you know, you have to give always even more than other players, other teams would do. So over the like Christmas and holidays and stuff, I just played it. Like, I played the whole time, because it didn't feel natural to me to do off days now, because such a huge tournament coming up now. And also after the RMR qualifier, we will on the same day we end the qualifier, we will even fly to Copenhagen for Blast, and the last day of Blast we will fly to Katowice instantly. So it's a really big period right now, and but yeah, it's definitely exciting. But it's also, I mean, it's also in the end like the pressure games, you know, the all or nothing games, qualifying games. You know, everyone wants to reach the major, and I think right now the scene in general is as good as it has been. I think every tier 2, tier 3 team can win a map or a game versus a tier 1 team right now. Like, because everyone watches like every other's games and stuff. You know, everyone has every nades, every tactics, everyone has kind of the same. And at the end, it's based like on, of course, always like the team who shoots more heads and or is it like has a little bit more experience or the extra percentages will win. And I think it's like definitely right now a big factor.
So when you just mentioned, before this really intense period, there was a period of a break. As a pro, do you feel like, and you kind of alluded to this, I think, but as a pro, do you feel like there's a sense of guilt on the days that you don't play? Like you feel like you have to be playing no matter what?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like that's why I couldn't tell myself to like kind of chill now, and like because it's like I don't want to take. I saw a quote, but I probably gonna fail it. I think it was like something I take away tomorrow's happiness for today or something. Because like every day you don't play, your game will reset. Let's say I don't play 1 week, but I have to play 1 more week to get back to the form where I'm at right now. If it kind of makes sense to you. So it's like you're like it's just, it's like the sportsmanship in your head that it doesn't feel right, like the guilt you talked about, definitely.
That's wild. Do you ever get tired being a Counter-Strike pro? I just feels, I mean, and you're young, right? But does it ever get tiring?
I mean, I'm pretty much excited to say that I still enjoy the game. It's definitely not work for me. I love playing Counter-Strike. I love playing with my friends. Doesn't matter if I had practice 8 or 9 hours the day, and I just play like 4 or 5 games in the evening with my friends, because it's also just fun, and you see the progress, right? And you do everything to be in your best shape.
Then you're talking about playing with friends. I have to imagine, maybe I'll ask it as a question instead, but you're playing Counter-Strike all the time, but then you still manage to have fun just like playing it with your friends. Like is there an importance to that, you think, just like being able to like not take it super seriously and play with friends?
I must say, like, for example, when you play Face It or something, especially like here and around Europe, you play so often against good players. So you kind of also have to take these games every game seriously. For example, sometimes you play with some Astralis players, sometimes you play, I don't know, there's some players of VP or like Spirit, they're also playing. And if you want to take that game just for fun or like just play a bit and with your friends, then you're gonna lose 100%, because they don't see it like this. But yeah, I think it's just it's just the passion for the game. If I think if you want to reach the top, you must be obsessed with something. Doesn't matter what part in life, if it's like basketball, if it's like football, if it's like, I don't know, just being a lawyer or whatever. If you need to be obsessed with it, definitely, to become the best.
Jake, I forget that his friends are like,
they're not us.
like playing against Astralis players, not like us.
Krimbo, who would you say is the most competitive CS player, both online and offline? Like never takes a match off, is always trying their hardest to win no matter what.
Oh, like I would definitely like Simple, 100%, because back in the days when, I mean, right now he's doing a break from CS, like or in general from professional CS, but back in the days when he was like he was just practicing, was playing officials in the night, he was playing FPL, and he was also really serious about it. He was criticizing his teammates in FPL when they were like doing something wrong, or he tried to help them, but for example, also if you know about him, the Russian guy called Donk from Team Spirit, he's 16 years old, and he's also really upcoming, and he's also playing all the time. Him, and especially I also have to give credits to Monacy. Like it's also like definitely it's really sick to see, and it also like motivates me, like, or I think even more the other players, because you see, they are really good, they reach the top and stuff, but when you reach the top, you know, then the real grind kind of starts. You know, you have to put in more in than other people do.
We had a question in chat, if you don't mind, that I'm
Yeah,
going
for
to
sure.
tweak a little bit. But Snowman asking what he thinks of Brazilian crowds, and so I kind of want to say, are there any crowds specifically like that you have loved playing in front of, and also crowds that have been like super intense that you can remember?
I mean, Brazil, I played 2 times in front of a crowd in Brazil, and 1 time it was versus Furia actually, and it was the craziest experience I had in my whole life. I mean, we played them for the qualification match for the playoff stage at the major, so it was like insane match, and like the floor was shaking. It was so loud. The headsets, you can't get headsets for this situations. You hear it's fully like the crowd like shouting, the whole desk, like your table is kind of shaking if they win a round and stuff. It's like it was really crazy. We also lost that one, so kind of fair. But yeah, I would play in front of definitely Cologne crowd because it's German, of course, and it's also like one of the biggest, if not the biggest. But to your point, like the most like of our side favorite crowd was probably playing in front of in it Finland. It was like an Elisa game, and the crowd was on outside. That's really cool to see. People wanted to get signed their bald heads and stuff. It was like was a bit crazy, but it was definitely really cool. And the negative one, but where I must say I had the most fun one, was also in Brazil, but the second time, a normal IEM ESL event also in Rio. And when we played Vitality in the quarterfinals, and we were like walking out. You know, the caster were like introducing us, and they were all booing at us. They were throwing things at us, and I must say I never felt this feeling before. I was just laughing the whole time. Like it was heating me up so much, and it was so nice to see. And I don't know how, but yeah, it was. I definitely enjoyed it. But I mean, it's cool to see. Like I don't. You know, you can't blame them because it's just, you know, it's their favorite team, you know, and they will give 110% to support them. You know, nonetheless, who plays in the other team, and but it's definitely like Brazil was crazy, man. This was such a sick experience.
I almost feel like sometimes the fans, places like that, care more than the players do. To be honest with you, which will lead into my next question: has there ever been, you know, like a player, maybe on another team that you've like butt heads with almost, that you were like wanting to beat? Because like I feel like if you're in a Brazilian crowd and like you would almost be afraid of a Brazilian fan coming to fight you, you know, over the results of stuff. But if you're playing against a team, like I feel like in CS that would never happen, where like 2 pros would go at each other and get so heated. But has there ever been like an opponent you've been heated with?
Boy, I can't think of like, no, I wouldn't say. Like
CS?
I think every player in the CS community is like, you know, everyone respects each other outside of the game, of course. On the server, you can't respect anyone. Then you would like, of course, you know, they would you would probably don't give your best, and you more would be probably afraid to lose than to win if you know you are too afraid to peek a Zaivu or whatever. Like on the server, you can definitely do that, but outside, no, I can't think about it.
It seems like CS has a lot more, like you already said, like respect for each other. Not like there's anything wrong with trash talk, but I just feel like Call of Duty Esports has a lot more trash talk and like those one-off comments. And then versus CS, like you'll never see someone typically like do that unless maybe it is like a major qualifier. But like on stage, I feel like you rarely see that.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you like as a viewer, we would probably maybe come up with maybe Kaden or something, I guess, because he's like trash talking a lot. But I must say he's one of the most humbled guys I ever met. Like he's so friendly. He tries to. You can ask him everything, you know. Like he will try to help you outside of the game. You know, you can have a chat or something. Like it's really crazy to see. But you know, on the server, it's something else. But I also saw some videos of like Call of Duty lands where like after the game they would punch each other and stuff like this. But yeah, I think it's also like about a bit of professionality. And I think if you do that once, you won't get another chance somewhere else.
Yeah, I almost feel like you guys in CS have much more respect for like each other and yourselves and like the profession of being a CS pro than maybe like people like Call of Duty might have, I would say. And so with that, do you feel like growing up, was this always what you wanted to do? Like have you known for a long time that like I want to be like you had a favorite CS pro, you had a favorite CS team, you knew you wanted to be a professional at the game?
I mean, I didn't even have a PC until I was, how old was I? I think I was until I was 13. I never heard of CS, and then a friend showed it to me, and I like before I was just playing, you know, PlayStation. I was playing FIFA. I was playing Minecraft and stuff like that. But I never really knew what I wanted to do, I would say. And when I like kept playing the game and I got older and I like was close finishing my school, I saw that I really enjoy it, and there is actually like a scene where you can kinda grow in, where you can also live from it. So at the point I knew that, I definitely knew I was going for it. So I finished my school and like went 100% like committed myself to it, and then I also got my first full-time team and stuff. In terms of players, I would say, of course, if you're German, you would always look up to playing with Tabsen and Gob. You know, they've been around such a long time. I mean, I think Gob is like, when I was born, he was playing like final in China or something. He was the best team in the world or something, and I wasn't even existing. It's like crazy to think about. And now he's like my coach, and of course Tabsen as well. You know, he's playing at the top for such a long time and has also won so many tournaments. And yeah, it's like if you're like, that's definitely your goal.
How big we've asked a few players this from different countries. How big is Counter-Strike in Germany?
Well, I would say it's not like that big. I would definitely say there are many German fans. Like let's say in terms of fans and support, there's a lot, 100%. But in terms of players and players coming up, you know, like having talents and stuff, how do you say it? Probably talents, you know what I mean, like younger kids who rise and stuff. There's not that much coming right now. Like for example, in Russia, it's crazy. There are a lot of people. Like there are probably around 50 people who are 16 and will shoot your heads and face it or whatever. But I mean, in Germany, for example, also I have a brother who recently turned 18. He's also playing in a team right now. Then you have QB. He joined Fnatic recently. And then of course you have AJ, who is still like really young, but is really like insane for his age. But I hope I don't forget anyone. But you know, if I forget one, but I like it's not, you can count it on one or two hands. You know, like what is coming next. So I also, that was one point for like is for big or for me to, you know, to stay at big and you know, help the German scene to grow, kinda, because I think it's a huge part and a huge honor to have the opportunity to do that. Because in like, you know, if you think of CS, like of German CS, you think of big, and everyone wants to play here. But yep.
Cool. Jake, I just have one more to transition, and then so if you got anything.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned AJ. So we had AJ on a couple episodes ago. For anyone who doesn't know, young and upcoming talent, just 13 years old, one of the youngest for FACE Level 10 and FPLC. But he also, ironically, he named you as one of his favorite players and inspiration for himself. So, like, what's it like to now be representing your own country in Germany, playing for the most well-known German team for CS, and then you have people who are up and coming below you who are looking up to you the same way you look up to Tabsen or Gob. Like, what's that like?
Like it's definitely cool to see, and like especially hard to realize for me because I'm still also new around the scene. I mean I'm not that old yet, but like I talked a lot with AJ actually, and also played with him. For example, like when I haven't met him that much in real life, but I can remember one time we had a partner event here in Berlin where we were invited to watch what was it? I think Oppenheimer or some no. We watched a movie together. We were invited and we were like I was sitting next to him. We were talking a lot like about CS, also about his school, about like the mentality. And I definitely try to help everywhere where I can. If I get like DMs on people like try asking me to help, like how is it like IGLing or like I'm playing this role, like I'm trying to to answer this like every message, because when I think of me asking someone, I probably wouldn't expect a message, but how cool would it be to get a message and to get help. So I'm definitely it's definitely an honor to be in that position and help these people, because it's a huge opportunity not everyone has, and if
Yeah.
it's also cool to see that then the people respect you, and even like they want like the help from you, and like it's not easy to realize, especially when you're young, I would say. But I try to help everywhere I can and help the German scene grow 100%.
I love that. I love that. Hunter, this is probably my last one. Krimbo, do you get ever like a chance to play any other games besides CS in your free time?
Oh, not. I would. Nah, probably not. Like for example, Tabsen and Gob, they really love Dota 2, and they also played it a lot. And like I think they have like 19k hours in CS, and then they have like 8 or 9k in Dota 2. So it's like they play it a lot, like when they have free time. But they told me, I was like, okay, maybe I should learn it too. But they were like, yeah, in my first 1 or 2k hours, like I was only told I didn't want to play the game anymore, and you have to invest a lot of time to learn it. So I mean, maybe I play Among Us here or there, or recently I played the finals as well, which also like was a really great game, like for a shooter. Like it felt really great, I must say. But besides that, no, I don't have a really second game.
Wow, Valve loves those guys. They
Yeah.
can't-
How do you think the finals compares to CS?
Ooh, I must definitely like give credit for the gun handling and the gunplay, because I feel like when you killed people and you were like running around, it felt definitely really smooth, and it's not been like being professionalized yet, but I could definitely imagine that there will some teams come up in some tournaments. But I also like that it's not. I think it can be played really tactical, but I also like that it's not, that a lot of how do you say it, like utility and abilities and whatever. So it's getting kept kind of simple. But yeah, I must say it feels like really smooth. I was like really surprised.
I didn't think we were going to talk about the finals today, Hunter.
I know.
Big W.
We've played it a few times. I agree. We enjoy the game a lot. Okay, so last question before we transition, and we kind of use this question as a transition normally into looking at a few clips that some players submitted. Is what is your general advice that you could give to people who want to improve at CS? Just like most people could probably improve by doing this.
I would definitely like rule number one is of course like never give up. That's the most important. Everyone has bad days and everyone has good days. So you know, I mean, I also have bad games, bad days. You know, everyone has it. You know, definitely not giving up and just playing a lot. You know, and like need to also be true with yourself and need to say, you know, do I really love this game, or do I try to like pressure myself to like this game, or what else, you know? Because you shouldn't try to do something what you don't like 100%. And I mean, definitely like just grind. And one big thing is also not changing your settings a lot, because I see most people like changing sensitivity here and then, you know, like changing it 5 times, you know, and then putting it back and then asking yourself like, why did I have a bad game or stuff, you know? I think it's also like consistency and stuff.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen here. We're just gonna look at a few clips here. It'll take just a second to get everything set up.
And so, Krimbo, once you watch his screen, so he's gonna play these clips that are submitted by some peeps out there, and so you can stop him whenever you want and just kind of critique the gameplay or give your advice about what they should do or what you would do. You can make fun of them. You can give them good advice. It's totally laid back and up to you what to do.
All right. This is actually our video producer for Big.
This is right here. I saw a few big people in the people were submitting like your manager too or something. Let's do this.
Okay. All right, I see it. I'm ready.
Water, da schießt die alle. Ich hab irgendwie gedacht, die sind auf B drauf. Nice.
So it's 1v4, right? Yeah.
Fokus. Nice. Nein.
So he smokes himself off.
Ja.
Okay.
Da ist noch eine Flashbang, kannst durch die Smoke.
Scheiß drauf, Digga.
Abgefüllt und klatscht.
Das ist jetzt egal. Ist egal.
What the fuck is happening, man?
Schon peinlich genug hier.
Wir rennen weg, du kannst die fusen.
No way, or?
Oh, no way.
Bro, wenn du das machst.
No, he lost it?
He did lose it.
Oh,
Okay,
what-
so
what-
so
what
where'd he go
happened?
wrong?
Holy shit.
Where'd he go
Gotta
wrong?
turn around, man.
I definitely believe for a second. Then he smokes himself off, then he flashed, runs against the wall, and in the end he nearly wins it, but I mean it starts definitely with this one, or like smoking himself off and like kinda denying him to win the round, but it's a funny clip, definitely.
That was a funny clip. Sorry, I didn't watch it ahead of time, so I didn't know that's what happened. All right, so we've got then we have Iconic with the ace.
So 1v5 actually.
Oh, okay.
Sped up, obviously.
Okay.
Nice, man. It's a sick round. Like, first 2 kills, like CT's just like kinda overpeaked, you know, 1v5. Just peek him, you know what's gonna happen, and then bam, it's a 1-on-3. Then he actually kills this one, and the second one I didn't even see him in the first time.
Yeah.
And he's actually full blind. So he gets this too, and then it's really hard for the last remaining CT, because you know he plants the bomb now, and he can be everywhere. It can be ruins, like on site, hiding somewhere. It can be CT, and yeah, he plays it good. He repositions himself, and easy round. It's a great clip.
Do you feel like that's a good way, like the route he took to reposition? Is that like, you know, a typical way of like, okay, I'm gonna loop around this way, or is there a better way to like to move, or like, do you feel like he was informed a certain way to do that, or was that just like guessing and he happened to reposition in a way that ended up being lucky for him to catch this guy right here?
I think it's good because you actually kind of know then as well, you know, that he's not coming from CT, and you know, one more possibility is, you know, hiding just on site somewhere, because it's really hard to clear everything for the CT, and he probably is like around somewhere A right now because he killed the two bananas so fast, and one had to secure A, right? So, you know, just hiding site, you know, playing the clock, but it can be really dangerous because if the CT just smokes and defuses the bomb, you know, everything can happen. Like, he can just ninja defuse. So you kind of have to try to get him earlier if you hear that smoke bouncing. But I think it's a perfect route, 100%.
Nice. All right, now we got Slay World Albi. Let's see.
Market and then for the ramp.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, that's a sick round. I wouldn't even say that's like there's a big tactical thing behind there. It's like just he did insane shots he hit there.
So overall, just good gun skill from this guy.
Had 100%. Is it European or like
I don't
what
know.
is playing Premier or
I'm guessing he's
Play
EU.
World
I'm guessing he's EU.
Albania? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I guess.
Oh, Krimbo knew he wasn't a North American guy.
Yeah, right. He said it could be an A.
No,
I feel-
actually, like I saw a lot of upcoming like I think one guy is named Truck Lover. Do you know him?
No.
He's
I don't-
also he had hit insane clips on. He's an NA guy, and there are also like a few more like who are playing Face It in Premier the whole time and hit insane clips. So I don't know where there is coming. Like, it's cool to see because when kind of Valorant came out, most of the people switched to there or tried to get them better there.
Yeah.
But right now I saw many upcoming people who are playing great.
Hey, we love to hear that.
I feel like, in Krimbo, a little background I tell everyone we have on the show is that Jake has a lot more hours in CS than I do. I came from a different side of esports and gaming, and so a lot of times I'm observing stuff in these clips, and I feel like something that I, as a bad CS player, see that someone like this is doing good, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is their crosshair placement. Like, I feel like this dude is like knows what he's doing and knows where people typically peek and are, and he has his crosshair in a place that's gonna like set him up before they peek anything.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's kind of aware for everything right now. You know, he's pre-aiming left. He even cleared the close left corner, which I wouldn't I wouldn't have thought that he will clear it. But it definitely seems like he's definitely more high level because also the way he moved around the pillar and short, it's like it looks really great. And of course the shots he hit.
Just a couple more here. Quick.
So, Dampness.
Dampness. Yep.
Dampness. Let's go. One-on-one. Nice. I would say pretty simple best of 3. You know, the T's kind of gift him the round over peeking. You know, we're not waiting for the mate on CT. And I mean, you take it, right? I mean, saving the op in the end as well.
So how could the 3 have played this better to not get 1v3?
Not pushing this motherfucker.
100%. And I think like kind of the side players, I mean, they double nade him. That's good. He's only 30 HP now. You know, this guy wanted to plant, I think. And, you know, just keeping him busy, not dying, you know, maybe shooting, throwing nades, and waiting definitely for the CT flank.
I feel like I'm always that guy, that last guy right there.
Hey, everyone thinks they can do it, man.
I'm always that guy who's like, don't worry, guys, I'll go around and flank. And then by the time I get there, everyone else is dead somehow. And I'm like, guys, I'm not going to win this.
then in the end, it's always this guy's fault because like he
Right.
kind of lost the one-on-one and the rest like played insane over peaking and stuff, but doesn't matter.
Okay,
Oh,
last
dang,
clip
this
we
guy's
got
doing a
here.
90-second clip.
Yeah, and
Damn.
AK ace on Vertigo.
Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a big sticker I think on his weapon. On the
There we
front.
freaking- Oh yeah.
Is it the? Do you see somewhere what like? Is it 104 or? Oh, you don't see it, right?
Yeah, no, there's nothing on there.
Yeah.
Just says ace.
Here. Nice burst. Also just punishing mistakes, you know, it's I don't know what situation it is, but as you saw in last clip, people like to overpeak, so you take that.
He's checking everything.
Yeah. Why does he keep referencing this, looking at this back? Right
Like,
here.
Because he can come there from the A side, like
Yeah.
it's not the entrance from down, it's like you can go from the side towards there as well.
I just didn't know
Like
if
behind
he had
the
intel.
yellow wall, you can see on the left side there's like a small lane where you can go into that hallway. But I really like this playstyle because I also tend to play with it, you know, just checking behind, checking pushes, and another overpeak gone. I think it's a 1-on-2 now, or?
I would think so.
He's the most careful player I've ever seen.
I've never seen someone check everything like this.
I know.
Has he walked this entire round?
He's so patient.
I think so. That's why it's 130 as well.
Bro, wow.
Nice draw. Like I really like to play also myself, like to maybe not, you know, like not reacting directly to side if there's just one, or I don't know what situation it was, but you know, like punishing mistakes, you know, check the flank, check the pushes, punish the over peaks, and then kind of go, because you don't lose something with it if you don't have a, you know, if you're not killed the whole A side and go on side, that's something different. But if you don't have that opportunity, you know, just punish every mistake you can. And see there, like one overpeaks in like deep heaven, one more goes out con. And yeah, he's also cool thing that he smokes himself to kind of secure the bomb plant, and he can also like probably can't get spammed that easy if he was close. You know, maybe the CT will miss a few bullets, and then he knows where it is, and then he has a easy clutch.
Nice. Well, then last but not least,
Oh my god.
we got One who decided to chime in.
Like, before I can tell the backstory. So I wrote Ona on Twitter, like I did a tweet, to like give me one word to say in my pre-match interview, and yeah, that's what came out of it.
and so you just decided to go with what he said.
Yeah, 100%.
Krimbo, I wanted to start by asking you, what does it feel like right now being one of the most consistent pieces? It didn't matter what version of Big you had, you have been the clutcher, the fragger, you've been able to do everything for this team. It doesn't seem to matter to you which players you play with either.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of found myself. I mean, of course, I had one long year of like my trial phase, let's say. Of course, there have been many
Okay, let's hop into the head of Krimbo right here, man. What are you thinking
I
at
feel
this
like
point?
he's trying to work. He's trying to think of ways to
Wheel
work it in right now.
Right.
So first I was first thinking, how the fuck do I build this sentence into the interview? Because I don't want to embarrass myself too much, but I also want to kind of make it cool, you know. I will not randomly say this word, you know, and just kind of okay, cool, and I would just wanted to kind of, you know, match it to something. I mean, right now I don't think a lot before interviews what are my answers and stuff. I kind of try to do it more natural, and because I will probably then just misspell myself, or you know, like it's like having a presentation in school. You know, you read this line 100 times what you're gonna say, and you're gonna fail it in the end anyway. So it's just doing it natural is 100% for me the best way there.
Up and downs, but now like I understand really much of the game, and like daily routines, like playing every day with Fatih, Gob and stuff, and especially here in Copenhagen, ice cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, like feeling really good at the moment.
And then
You can tell you're smirking. He was like, I gotta say it now.
I just thought that afterwards it seemed like you just like you met your goal and you're like, that's all I'm saying. I don't have to say anything else. You're
Every
like,
day with Fatih,
Yeah.
Gob and stuff.
No, when I kind
And
of started
especially
smiling now. Now it's
here
like
in Copenhagen, ice
finally.
cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, like feeling really good at the moment.
So did you get anything for doing this? Did One reward you at all?
No, I got his community's honor. Let's say it like this.
Oh, he's using you, bro.
Got farmed.
No man, he's a real driller.
Well, Jake, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all we have for you, Krimbo. I'm gonna message you after this, man. I just want to say thank you again for doing this. You had some amazing answers, and we really appreciate you coming on and talking with us, dude. We hope to meet you in person at an event sometime soon.
100%, 100%. Also, thanks for inviting me. It was a pleasure, and yeah, hopefully see you soon again.
Yes, and best of luck in those RMRs, all right, homie?
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
All right, see you, dude.
Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.
Later. Have a good one.